Yep. Well, how is everybody so far? Because the mood I'm getting tonight is I think we better get the sadness out of the way and just go to all the wackiness, the craziness, and why there might not be a hiatus or might be a hiatus because of other things and stuff. And please don't. My cat has a bone to pick with the writers and everything right now and stuff. Yeah. Don't have your cat sitting on you watching that one scene, because that's also part of the news. Because
by defense, you sent that to me.
I know, because in case we needed it, because some people might be discussing it and everything, because most people that's the most important thing that's being discussed over the internet, not the actual show, but the cat and everything.
The internet is for cats.
Mm-hmm. And no cats are being harmed during the taping, guys. Don't worry. Everybody's cat is safe and everything. It's just, oh God, they have to write that in. That there was no point in writing that in. But let's start with something sad first. And it's I don't know how many of you have watched Willow, have watched Return to Oz, and I didn't even know this one, that she was John Pertwee's wife from 1955 to 1960. It's Jean Marsh, and we lost her the other day on April 13th, 2025. She basically, I didn't even know, co-created ITV series Upstairs and Downstairs, you know? Like, I'm just finding out all this stuff right now because I couldn't place her at first. And then when I started seeing Willow again and everything, I said, oh, now I know who she is. And she was a lovely lady. Everybody was saying like so many things and stuff. And even she was in the Twilight Zone episode. She has been in so many things with Sir Lawrence, Olivier. What else has she been in? Episode of UFO. She has done a lot of things, but she is known for Doctor Who. And I'd never seen the episodes and everything. So the only things I could say is that she was known as Joan of England in The Crusade, Sarah Kingdom as a companion for the first Doctor, and then a villain opposite the seventh Doctor and everything. Poor Sylvester and everything. But she will be missed. And if anyone has anything they want to put in the comments about ever meeting her or anything, because everyone I've spoken to has said she was a wonderful lady and stuff. So now that we got sadness out of the way and everything, let's start with some 3 happy birthdays. And believe it or not, 2 of them are only a day apart and 7 years apart. So let's start with our own 5th Doctor, Peter Davison. He turned 74 on the 13th of April. And basically is still going strong. I mean, he's got to take care of the grandkids too and everything. And David's probably giving him a run for his money sometimes too, with all the jokes and everything they pull off each other. And let's see what else. We also have our favorite 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, who turns, it doesn't even look it, 67 years old on the 14th. And basically, I think he has a new album coming out as well and everything with his bandmates and stuff. I was trying to find what the name is of it, but I haven't seen it yet. So I don't know if they released it yet or it's going to be a surprise for everybody. But he's still touring around. He's still playing his guitar and everything and stuff. And let's see, who else do we have? Well, speaking of time themes, we've got Back to the Future star Thomas F. Wilson, turning 66 years old on, believe it or not, today, tax day of all days. So if you paid your taxes yet, guys, and everything. And he has gotten a chance to hold the TARDIS, as you see there and everything. But right now he's doing well and everything. And hopefully we'll get to see him at the next convention coming up and everything. I'm trying to see which one it is, but they haven't posted. Okay, it's not posted yet. But he is going to be at this next convention. I think it's supposed to be somewhere in the Midwest. Yeah, they haven't posted it yet. All right. So look out for him with the gang. They're going to probably do some more autographs and signings. But this is where we get a little bit, how do we put this? They're about the hiatus and everything, because you guys can take this with a grain of salt. You guys can put 2 and 2 together. But Nashuti, he's a hot commodity and everything. He basically is going to be starring in a new play, and I gotta get the name of the play right. Right. It's let's see, the end premiere of Liz Duffy Adams, Born with Teeth, where it stars Nashuti as, let's see, Edward Blummel, and Edward Blummel, Nashuti and Edward Blummel playing Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe. And I'm trying to see, because they redid something here, because I had it all written out for you guys, and I'm so sorry, but they redid this just now and everything. The synopsis, they just redid it. Why did they just change it on me? I'm so sorry, guys. I had it up and they just changed it. Something's up. All right, they must have changed it for a reason. But it's supposed to be the relationship between playwright William Shakespeare and the companion that he meets. I can't pronounce it. I'm so sorry.
Also, playwright Christopher Marlowe. The title is a reference to Henry VI, Part 3. Richard Gloucester says that he was born with teeth, he's, of course, Richard III. He's deformed. He was born with teeth, signifying that he should bite and become a monster. So presumably it is about a quite contentious relationship between the two.
Yeah, because what they have here, I don't want to put out there, because they have it as a different version of what the play is about and everything. And I'm not going to say what they just said there. And I'm very surprised at this website, because I just had it up and it was perfect and everything. At the same time, he's also going to be in and coming out this September 2025 in a movie with Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman, former Doctor Who actress as well. She played in the episode with 11 and everything. Was it Prisoner Zero, right?
Yeah, she was Prisoner Zero in
Prisoner Zero. Hour. Yeah. And they're going to be starring in The War of the Roses, and guest starring also as Nashuti. He'll be in the shop scenes and everything. So look out for him there. And oh boy, he's all over the place. And he also has another movie coming out, which is in production right now with everything. But I think part of it is going to be interesting, because they supposedly finished taping the sequel, the Doctor Who sequel of the War Between the Land and the Sea. So if I'm going right on what's been happening and some of my contacts, the reason why we're not getting information on the second season is because while it's on a possible alleged hiatus, it would make sense to have the spinoff in the hiatus time slot. And then when Shooty's finished with all his hot commodities and everything, basically we get our Doctor back, because everything is playing out throughout everything. And they're looking at about 5 episodes so far taped already of the war between the land and the sea. And you've got Russell T Davies doing the first episode. You got Peter McTighe doing the second and third, and then a combo with Russell and Peter on the fourth, and then Russell has the 5th episode. But everything is to be announced, but it's basically done in the can and ready to go 2025. So it just correlates perfectly with everything. But that's speculation right now on some parts of what I've been scuttlebutted and heard and everything through the grapevine. But speaking of grapevine and everything, we actually have Graham Norton premiering in one of the episodes too of the new season and everything. And he basically will be in the singing contest episode as playing himself. So it's funny how it's a lot of that Nashuti was on. Nashuti was on his show and was going to talk about season 3, but then it got cut, and then and now we got Graham on there. So what was the correlation? Did they slip that Graham was going to be on? We don't know, but I know spoilers are the main thing of what people come looking for. But like I said, it's all alleged. It's all except for the Graham Norton part. Watch out for that. But I'm hoping tonight's episode that we review, because a lot of people are talking more about Lux than this one. So let's see what happens. But that's it for the news right now and stuff. But I am so sorry, guys, about that one with the play and everything, because the site just changed something.
That's okay. It happens.
Yeah, and it was
I'm
something that should not be released to the public yet.
I'm just upset that it launches just after just after I leave. It's because I'm so used to doing it myself, and Kristen is doing it, and so I'm pushing buttons.
Everybody's night is so miserable. I can sense it, because everyone's either been through hell and back or watched this episode and looked at it like, what the hell did I watch?
You know, on the bright side with Graham Norton, the Graham Norton piece of news you talked about. I mean, we've also had Graham Norton just like outright interrupting Doctor Who before. Like, I mean, like trying to voice the mannequins in Rose, just completely interrupting Doctor Who. So now he's getting what he wants. You know, he's actually getting to be in the show, since he just so rudely interrupted it in the first season. So, but
the only other thing is that even tonight, like with this episode, Mrs. Flood is been over the thing between the cat and Mrs. Flood. I don't know what this internet is looking for, because, like I said, this episode, when I give my review, I don't know. I don't know what to give you guys. I'm going to be honest, because my poor cat is traumatized.
Gadget, I have the video you sent me. I have the video you sent me. You want me to go ahead and play it?
Yeah, because I want you guys to guess. That's the one thing I want you guys to guess. Who do you think Mrs. Flood is? Because there's so much speculation, and the way she was talking, she was leading into something, and I've been like, I'm so lost right now, but at the same time, I'm still going with what I think it is.
Okay, hang on. Let's play the video.
I was hoping a little bit. I suppose that some of the things I thought might happen, but you have to wait and see.
Before you discovered who exactly she was, did you have your own theories? Were you speculating?
I did. I thought, because I talked to my makeup girl and the costume people would have a little get together, and I said, I think this. And they go, no, it's one of that. Oh, well, what about that? Yeah. And I go to these Comic-Cons and the fans would say, we think she's that, we think she's it. And in the end I thought, Anita, don't worry about it. All will be revealed eventually when he's ready. And sure enough.
Were you close at all with your guesses? Or?
Halfway. I was half and half. Yeah, but I was teetering a bit.
Yeah.
But I was hoping a little bit. I suppose that some of the things I thought might happen, but you have to wait and see. I was hoping.
So she was hoping. Who are you guys hoping?
I'm hoping she's not the woman who calls me up every day to get my car warranty insurance extended.
Exactly. I'm just happily waiting to see who it is. It'll be great.
No speculations, right?
None.
You want to be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see your
I
husband.
want to be surprised too. Yeah.
I do love that she's playing the doddering old fool so well.
Yes.
And then turns into whatever else she is and breaks the fourth wall. I love it. It was a great little scene with her. But we can talk about a little bit later.
Yes.
Sean, what was 1 to 10? How many TARDISes did you give this episode? Just your number for now.
Me? Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Or were you not? Oh, you were. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I figured since you said just your number for now, that was probably for me.
Yes.
I thought you were doing a De Niro. Are you talking to me?
Talking to me?
You talking to me?
No. Well, you guys, I have to say, unfortunately, me who last review gave Russell T Davis's Doomsday a perfect 10 out of 10, can only give this episode 5 pseudo Cybermen out of 10. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Now we're changing our icon. Thanks.
Great.
That's wrong.
And David, what about you?
A 4.
4.
And that's being generous.
All right.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh, man.
Had a little sizzle.
Tom, what about you?
I changed my number. I still kind of liked it, so I'll go.
You still got to go
I'll drop
first.
it down to 6. Save me from the.
What have you decided? I
3.
the last.
3.
Holy shnikes.
3. When I found out what he was like, what happened, and the thingy and the what he did to her, and I'm like, yeah, and something that people might have missed.
All right. Yeah. So let's start with you then, Gadget. What? Because you are the lowest.
Yeah.
So let's let you go first.
Oh,
and
God.
Then once you're done, we'll go to a commercial.
Okay. Well, the reason I gave it a 3 was it was too fast, had no plot. They almost killed her by bumping into her. I was watching that squish. They killed the cat for no reason. What else? There was a slip up because I know the doctor didn't tell her something about the TARDIS and everything. And to find, well, how do you get 3 villains in one, and also the villain gets his own comeuppance because of what he's been turned into and everything. But it was just one of those like roller coaster ones of like, this could have been an ending episode instead of a beginning episode. This is like, okay, I already have one companion. I'm going to add another. To me, I'm adding a companion episode. And I was like, because at first it's like, okay, you have the boyfriend give you the thing. Okay, you have this and everything. Cutesy thing that they did back in that time and everything and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm sorry to cut you off. Yeah. You mean like she should have been a second companion, or
yeah? Because the feel I got was he should have been already with another, like not Ruby, but maybe he would have found like he had another companion.
Gotcha.
And then he picked up her.
Got it.
To a certain extent, he did.
Kinda, but like it would have been that he was already traveling with somebody. Because I know we don't want, because Sasha technically would have counted as a companion, but the same thing up there with the cat. You don't kill off the ones that could be potentials, and everything and stuff. But because to get 3 villains in one, because he did fight a Dalek, he did fight a Cyberman, and he did fight Davros. Okay, and I'm just like, are they just like throwing stuff in there because they're running out of ideas and everything? But then to have the controlling freak of a boyfriend turn himself into a robot because she slipped up because of a time flux and everything, and then get his comeuppance later. But then this is where I was like it's all over the place the way I'm doing this review, because that's how I felt watching this and everything. It was all over the place, and the way in order for me to see it was, it would have been like just have this like a 5th or 4th episode down, and then done all the other like fun stuff had been with Sasha and all the other things going on, seeing that. Because to start out with, oh, here's a star for you. Okay, cute and everything. Then you got, she's working, I swear she's Martha, but we'll not go there and everything, going back and forth, trying to do everything. And he's trying to find her. And then he shuts down the whole hospital. I'm like, okay, that's one thing you don't do. And then this scene was in her bedroom. It's like they're landing and everything. And I'm like, how do you not hear this? The whole neighborhood does not hear a rocket falling and everything and stuff. They can hear the TARDIS, but they don't hear a rocket falling. And then they're breaking through and everything and stuff like that, tearing apart the house, tearing apart everything, shooting the cat, grabbing her diploma, ripping it and everything. Don't cross the streams type of thing. And basically, like, bringing her and like, oh, the cat did this and Mrs. Flood out there, bye-bye. And I'm like she doesn't even care. The girl is like, should I call the cops? Should I call somebody? And then when she sees the doctor, goes like, oh, not you again, And I'm like it just was like made no sense. And then to have the body meld and everything else to take the hit and everything, that was hysterical. And then when the polish 50s robot decided to polish up the guy and everything, yeah, I should have given it a 2, but I was being fair because I feel bad for the cat. And the fact that she had a boyfriend that was a control freak and wanted her to behave like submissive, like a handmaiden.
All right.
Yeah. But I did want to say one thing I did find out. She has a lot of things with sunflowers and yellow around her. And that was what threw me off on some of it too.
I hadn't noticed.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I'll see what happens with the second episode.
Yeah. I mean, we've been getting great, advanced reviews are very positive for the next episode, so it'll be definitely interesting. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's next week's conversation.
That's what I understand. Why I see more positive reviews. Nobody's even seen the episode and got more positive reviews than this one did.
Yeah. But let's go to a commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
And when we come back, we will we'll have David and his little kitty. Hello, kitty.
Charlotte
she decided she needed some cuddles.
Oh,
where's the cat alert? There it is.
No cats were harmed.
Ding,
Look, see, she's giving kisses. No cats were harmed.
I'm not paying extra for the cat to be on. That's all.
No, the cat has to have its own opinion because Ari gave it 1 star.
Did he paid?
All right,
Mostly in compliments
we'll go to a
to
commercial
my
break,
ego.
and then and David and Charlotte will come back when we get back.
All right, here we go. People stand by, dematerializing into the commercial.